Hello children, welcome back to your social class. I am your social teacher Aisha. Children, in previous class we completed with forest and wildlife, right? In this session we are going to start with our water resource. Okay? So basically children, our earth is surrounded by water only, right? So our earth, 70% of our earth is surrounded by water and 30% of is land, right? And in the 3% is only fresh water. Now we are going to learn where and all this water is there. And now in this chapter, especially we are going to learn about the sources of water and how we should preserve the water. Okay, so let's start reading. Page 191 children, lesson number 2, our water resource. All plants and animals need water. There can be no life without water. We need water to drink, bath, wash clothes and cook our food. Our agriculture also depends on water. If we look at the world map, we find that ocean covers almost 70% of our Earth's surface. But this water cannot be used for drinking purpose as it is salty. The water we use for drinking and other purpose is called fresh water. As you know, our earth is completely surrounded by water itself, right? We have already learnt in this the water we drink also in last class, if you remember, right? So our earth is completely surrounded by water and only 3% of water is a fresh water. Okay, and we all knew even we need water, even plants and animals also need water, right? So we have to preserve the water. In which purpose we do use water, children? We use water for drinking, bathing, cooking, cleaning, for hydroelectricity. What is hydroelectricity? The electricity generated by water is known as hydroelectricity. Right, we need water for all this purpose. So obviously we have to preserve the water. Next, now we have sources of water. Where do we get all the sources of water? The sources of fresh water are rain, rivers, lakes, snow and underground water. So what are the sources of water, children? Rain, river, lakes, snow and underground water. You know rain. How we will get the rain? With the help we'll get rainwater with the help of rainfall. And how we will rivers? Obviously you know. Lakes also you know. Snow. If you remember northern Himalayas, you remember how snow will melt, right? Glaciers will melt and become the water. Underground water, for example, is bore wells. Then and from the underground water. Then farmers depend heavily on rainwater, children. If in the villages if there is no rain, then it is impossible to cultivate crops, as well as irrigation facility, as well as rainwater. So farmers definitely they are dependent on rainfall. Okay, so rain is varies from one place to another. Suppose in Bangalore if we have rain, obviously in one place, other place we don't have rain. If that place has the rain, so it has it in Bangalore we don't have rain. Okay, place differs from place to place. Okay, it is not like if it rains, it will rain on whole earth. No, it differs from place to place. India gets plenty of rainfall in the monsoon. What is monsoon here? Rainy season. Yes, our India gets lot of rainfall, plenty of rainfall in rainy season. But the rainfall is not uniform throughout the India. So it is not uniform. Like it won't completely from one place. For example, I'll give an example. Rajasthan gets less rainfall. Meghalaya, Mountain Range gets more rainfall. So it is not uniform in India. Okay, so moreover in our country it rains from July to September. So we need sufficient and timely supply of water throughout the year. So for this purpose, irrigations and dams are built. Irrigation is done and dams are built. We need all over in July to September month only it will rain. But apart from this, all these months are there. We have 12 months. So hardly it will rain for 3 months. And what about the 9 months? For that we had to preserve the water, right? Now, we have to learn about the means of irrigations in India. First of all, we ought to know means of irrigations we have, children. We have canals, we have well and tube wells, we have bores, we have tanks, dams. Okay, now we are going to learn one by one. What is a canal? Small channels are dug to take water from the river to the fields. These are called canals. Now, children, we have a river over here. Okay, we have a river over here. Now what they will do is, now here we have a agricultural land. What they will do, for this water it should come to agricultural land. Where the land will have agricultural land. So what they will do, they will make a way here, they will make a passage here. They make a passage, that passage is a canal. If the water comes from that passage, obviously wherever they will dig the land and they will make the passage over there, the water will go at that particular passage, canal, and farmers will have it will be irrigated. Crops also can be done, and India has a very good canals. Some of the main canals are, what are some of the main canals we have? Indira Gandhi, Sirhind and Agra canal. So the three main canals are Indira Gandhi canal, Sirhind canal and Agra canal. You can see here how the canals are made in this picture. Canals where water carried to the fields. The main areas irrigated by such canals lie in northern plains, central India and in the coastal areas. So, these canals probably they are lying in northern plains. For example, I can say Rajasthan maybe because there is a less rainfall, right? And there is not enough much of water. So, probably they have made Indira Gandhi canal so that it could be done for the irrigation of the desert region. Okay. Next, we have well and tube wells. Well and tube wells draw underground water to the surface. You have knew about well, right? In northern case, even somewhere in Bangalore also we can find this well. They will dig the earth somewhere around 100 feet also they will dig the earth. Earlier if they dig for 20-30 feet, no, we used to get water. But now children, if we dig 100 feet also, it is a little bit impossible to get the water. What they will do, they will be digging down the earth till we reach up to the water. And then they'll construct a wall, and you have seen in villages they used to they'll tie a rope to the pot and they will throw it into the well, and with the help of rope they will pull it out. Okay, that are wells. And tube wells is nothing but they will put a pipe. Okay, it will be just like this, children. Okay, so somewhere in this it will be here, the pipe will be here, and this will be a big hand pump. So with that they will they'll pull it up, put it down, and the water will come from them. The water is used for household activities and for irrigation purpose also. Okay, so they will use for the household activities and for the irrigation purpose. Tube wells also, with the help of they will dig the well with the help of tubes and they will get the water. When underground water is here, you can see here, these are the tube wells. From here, from the portion here, the water will come from here. It will be deep down. Okay, even they can put that down also and up also. According to the field, they will decorate. If they want to put the water nearby to their field, they can make it up. They can take the tube well up. No, if they want to put it if they want to put it nearby field, if the tube is this, they can put it and it will cover all the distance here. If it is very far, they will raise it up so that it will cover far away distance little bit. Okay. Then we have underground water is by bores, What they will do with the bores? There is a bore machine. They will bring that machine, big vehicle it is there. They will, with the help of pipes, they will be digging the earth. Pipes will be digging the earth. There is some mechanism with them that will be digging. You have seen, I guess. Okay. They will be digging and they will put the pipes one up together until it filters the water. After they get the water from underground, they put the pipes and actually they will connect to our houses. So we are getting bore wells is nothing but as they are taking the water from the deep down of the earth. Then we have tanks. In southern plateau, it is difficult to dig ground because the land surface has hard rocks. Therefore, people collect water in tanks and ponds during rainy season. The water so-called is used for irrigation purpose. Tanks are commonly used in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Okay, in towns and cities, water is supplied to houses through taps and pipelines. In villages, people get water from well and tank. As I said, children, the pipelines bores are there. But in southern part, somewhere near our part only, our earth's crust is children. They are very hard. So it is very difficult to take a bore, but nowadays it's become easy also. We have drilled some machines and all. But earlier what we used to know, that water is supplied, which the government, municipal water they were used to supply, right? They, what we used to do in our houses and all, they used to make a big tanks. Okay, they will make a big tanks, and that water used to go to the that water used to flow into the tank, and that tank would be given to the supply connections for all over the house. So this is the done till now also, and from first also it was, I mean, previous also they used to do. Now also it is in some houses it is been carrying on where there are not bore wells. So they are completely dependent upon the municipalities with the government water, municipal water, corporation water, you can see. Then dams, a strong wall. So children, the dams are commonly observed in southern Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Karnataka. It is very common. A strong wall is built across a river to hold back the flow of water. Such water is called dam. These walls have special gates called sluice gate, which can be opened and closed to control the flow of water. Water is stored in reservoir. Behind the dam, canals are like tall stored in field of irrigation. What are dams? Now there is a heavy rainfall. There will be heavy rainfall. Okay, for example, I can give you the example of recently happened in state. Okay, one of the state. They had a heavy rainfall, right? Now they have to prepare. If they had, now they won't have the heavy rainfall, and the water and all came to the roads. Okay, to prevent like that, we have to construct a big dams. Okay, if we construct the dams, what are the water will be there? It will be there. Okay, they create a reservoir. A reservoir is an artificial lake. Man-made lake. Okay, we'll create a man-made lake. Okay, in the water will be there. It will be in the reservoir, in that artificial lake. And dam is nothing but the water which is connected here. Okay, the water will not be there here. No, they will make a big wall over here. They will make a big wall over here, and here we will be having sluice gates. These sluice gates are nothing but as whenever they leave the water, they will they will lift the sluice gate. Okay, it's also a mechanism. Okay, they will lift the sluice gate. How much of water they want, they will push that water, and they will close the gates. Okay, so dams purpose are this. Okay, so what is the purpose of the dams? Whatever the water is collected, it should be stored, it should be preserved, and whenever they need it, they open that sluice gate, and the water will go to the destinations, and they will close it. Okay. Then uses of dams. Why dams are used? Why dams are made? First of all, it is used to preserve. Dams are used for producing electricity. In dam, water is made to fall from the great height. The force of water is used to generate electricity. This type of electricity is called hydroelectricity or hydropower. Okay, so we need electricity. How we will get the electricity? We will get the electricity from the water, right? So in dams, if you see like joke falls, heavy joke falls, it will fall like a pipe. You can see like heavy joke falls, the water will be falling. That water they will take for electricity. And then dams helps in fish breeding also, multiplication of the fish. Then they are ideal place for fishing. Many people will go for fishing near the dams also. Dams help to control flood. Yes, if the all water it will come to the villages, but in every village and every town will get destroyed. So these dams will stop bringing the floods, water to the village part. Okay, next we have multi-purpose project. Okay, so multi-purpose project is a temple of modern India. Okay, so who has done this? Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru called this multi-purpose project as temple of the modern India. So what are some multi-purpose projects? Bhakra Nangal Dam, Hirakud Dam, Tungabhadra Dam, Nagarjuna Sagar, Sardar Sarovar and Farakka Dam. So Bhakra Nangal Dam, it was built on the river Satluj. Where was this Bhakra Nangal Dam built, children? It was built on the river Satluj. It is the highest dam of 226 meter high. So Bhakra Nangal Dam is height of 226 meter high. So it will be very big, very big. Okay. It provides water for irrigation and electricity to Delhi and its neighboring state. So obviously this Bhakra Nangal Dam is providing electricity for the Delhi and other neighboring states surrounded like Haryana, Chandigarh, Punjab. Okay. Then Hirakud Dam, it is built on the river Mahanadi. It is the longest dam in India. It provides water for irrigation and electricity for Odisha. So this Hirakud Dam, it is also a longest dam. So it is built on the river Mahanadi. Bhakra Nangal Dam is built on the Satluj. Okay, these dams are built on the river, especially these dams are built on the settlers, children, because these are all the lakes, right? These rivers and all, these are all rivers, big rivers, right? So obviously it will be a lot, quantity of water will be more and more. Okay, and rainwater also will be there, quantity of water also will be there. So these and if floods are there, obviously the floods will come from this water only, river and rainfall only, the floods will come. And if these dams are being prepared and constructed, obviously floods will be stopped and we can get the water for the other purposes also. Okay. So Hirakud Dam, it is being called river Mahanadi, and it provides irrigation for and electricity to Odisha. Then Tungabhadra Dam, it was built on the river Tungabhadra. Simple, children, is not more. Only you should know about the Bhakra Dam, which was built on river Satluj, and it is 26 meter high. So it is for Delhi, so it provides irrigation and electricity for Delhi. Hirakud Dam, it is built on Mahanadi. Okay, it is the longest dam, and it is built on. It provides electricity and irrigation for the Odisha. Okay. Then Tungabhadra Dam, it is built on the river Tungabhadra only. Okay, so it provides the it is tributary of Krishna river. Tungabhadra is a tributary of Krishna river. If you remember what is tributary is, okay, then it benefits the state of Karnataka. So we are getting the electricity irrigation from the Tungabhadra river. Okay, from the Tungabhadra river. Nagarjuna Sagar. It is built on river Krishna in Andhra Pradesh. Name of the will say Nagarjuna Sagar was built on the river Krishna for the Andhra Pradesh. So it provides irrigation for the people of Andhra, electricity and neighboring states. Sardar Sarovar Dam. It is built on river Narmada. It provides water and generates electricity for Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. Right. Sardar Sarovar Dam is built on river Narmada. This is the Krishna tributary, children. Okay, don't be confused between Krishna tributary and other rivers. This Bhakrananga Dam, Hirakud, Tungabhadra, Sardar Sarovar, this all are built on the river dam. But Nagarjuna Sagar is a tributary of Krishna. Okay, so Sardar Sarovar Dam was built on the river Narmada. Okay, so it is benefiting for the Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. Then Farakka Barrage was built on Farakka Barrage is built on the Ganga in West Bengal. River Ganga, and is benefiting their West Bengal by providing irrigation and electricity. Okay. Then conservation of water. As I said, I used to say in third also that we have to preserve the water. We should not waste water. Okay. Water is limited for us. If we waste the water, then definitely we are only going to face the consequences. So we have to stop wasting the water. Okay, unnecessarily spilling the water or using for unnecessary things, we have to stop it. Okay, especially we have only 3% of fresh water which we are using, and others and all are salt water which is definitely not in purpose to use. Okay, so we have to conserve the water and we have to stop wasting the water. Okay, children, this was just a short sweet chapter about water resources. This is already had learned in third standard about the cooking and all. Only in this chapter we have learned about the sources of water, which is only about the canals, lakes, bores, and dams, and about the multi-purpose project about the dams. Okay, so I want everyone to read the textbook. Okay, meanwhile we'll finish our textbook exercises. Okay, everyone please take out your textbook exercises. We'll finish with the hardly you have only 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, children. Okay, so page number 194, EMA. It is about the lesson number 2. Okay, send to EMA first one. There can be no life dash water without water. Second, there the water we use for drinking other purposes is called fresh water. We need dash and dash supply of water throughout the year to grow the crop. Sufficient and timely. Fourth one, when underground water is very deep, holes are bored with drilling machines. Children, I said the mechanism is there, machines are there which will help to drill the water and getting it is known as drilling machines. Okay. Some channels that to take water from the rivers to a field are called canals. Right, true or false? The water is drawn out using a water wheel which is known as Persian wheel. True. Some channels dug to take water from the river to fields are called dams. False. Canals actually. In southern plateau, it is difficult to dig the ground because of land surface are hard rock. True. Tube wells are widely used in states of Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. True. A strong wall built across the river to hold back the flow of water is called canal. False. Tick the correct option. The main source of fresh water is, children, rain. So, option B. A dam is constructed to control the flow of water. Option A. Channels that are dug to take water from the river to the fields are called canals. Option A. Electricity generated from water is called hydropower. Option B. The long dam in India is Hirakud Dam. Option C. Now we have last name. Okay. Bhakranangal Dam, River Satluj. Hirakud Dam, River Mahanadi. Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, River Krishna. Okay. Sardar Sarovar Dam, River Narmada. And Farakka Bridge, River Ganga. So your answer will be 3, 5, 1, 2 and 4. Okay, here we have completed our water resources, children. Okay, it's very short chapter. Okay, just something about you have to learn about the sources and dams. Okay, if any doubts, we are definitely meeting in our interactive session. Okay, children. Bye bye. Take care.